Want to learn an hour of fun facts? Subscribe to Zarpado. We are starting now. In the forests of Wulong, China, a completely white panda with reddish eyes has appeared. It is the first albino panda in the world captured by infrared cameras. Its health is astonishing to scientists as it adapts easily to its own kind. A furry miracle that proves nature always surprises. In Japan, a married couple has maintained a 20-year silence under the same roof. Otu Katayama feels ignored by his wife and decides to stop speaking to her. Their son uses a television program to reunite them and break the ice. Finally, Oto tearfully thanks Yumi for her patience, showing that love can stay quiet, but it does not die. In the German city of Ulm, solar-heated capsules offer shelter to homeless people. Called Ulmer nests, they provide protection from extreme cold. Equipped with sensors, they alert social services when someone occupies one. An invention that mixes technology and humanity to provide dignified shelter. More than 2,000 years ago, the Inuit people of the Arctic made sunglasses from whalebone and ivory. The narrow slits protected their eyes from the blinding glare of snow. Their ancestral design inspired modern polar glare glasses, ancient ingenuity that proved fashion could also save your eyesight. The green basilisk lizard, nicknamed Jesus Christ, runs across water with ease. Its hind legs act like paddles that push it at high speed. When it stops, it simply sinks and swims as if nothing happened. A Central American creature that feels like a tropical miracle. A young American musician went viral after getting 5 women pregnant at the same time. They all know each other, live together, and even celebrate a group baby shower. None of them show jealousy, and he says it is a new kind of modern family. Chaos turned into harmony, or maybe a trend. Google is developing a self-driving bicycle that can pick you up when you call it from your phone. It uses sensors, artificial intelligence, and automatic balancing. It lets you work, read, or use your phone while it takes you home. The future on wheels, though many would still prefer to pedal, just in case. A young American woman cries in frustration because she cannot speak Spanish, even after years of practice and apps. The language challenges her with hard conjugations, idioms, and accents. Some experts consider it one of the most complex in the world. At least those who master it can show it off as a natural talent. Bubble wrap was born from an artistic failure. 2 inventors wanted to create quilted wallpaper in 1957, but ended up with a sealed material filled with air. IBM discovered that it could protect computers, and the famous bubble wrap was born. A mistake turned into one of the most therapeutic inventions on the planet. Popping bubble wrap gives instant pleasure and lowers stress. Experts call it the immediacy principle, a small mental reward for each pop. The sound and the feel trigger dopamine like a tiny sensory game. Maybe that is why no one stops after just one pop. Twister turns shyness into acrobatics. Created in 1966 by Charles Foley and Neil Rabins, it challenges players to twist and stretch while everyone laughs. The Milton Bradley Company made it popular and turned it into a family icon. A classic that proves balance can be pure fun. In 1969, a headless rooster named Mike became a legend. After being decapitated, his owner found that the bird kept walking and eating through his esophagus. He survived for 18 months with a feeding tube, a living symbol of resilience and biological stubbornness. In France, a distracted baker accidentally created the croissant. He tried to copy a Viennese pastry and ended up with the crisp crescent we love. Its aroma conquered Europe and became a sign of morning elegance. A reminder that carelessness can bake legends. A frog called Paedophryne amoensis is the size of a fly and lives in Papua New Guinea. It is the smallest vertebrate in the world, so tiny it fits on a fingernail. Its call sounds like an insect, proof that greatness does not depend on size. In Scotland, a castle called Dunatar holds centuries of history on sea cliffs. It served as a fortress, a prison, and a hiding place for royal jewels. Its walls face storms and sieges with the pride of Scottish clans, a place where the wind whispers tales of old battles. An octopus in Indonesia amazes by copying other sea creatures. Called Taumoctopus mimicus, it can look like a lionfish, a sea snake, or a venomous jellyfish. Its disguise fools even sharp predators. A master of mimicry that could shame any actor. In Norway, a seed of every known plant rests in a vault inside an icy mountain. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault protects the planet's biodiversity from global disasters. More than 1 million plant species sleep there, waiting for an uncertain future. The Library of Life written in seeds. A dust storm on Mars can grow strong enough to cover the whole planet. Its power darkens the sky for weeks and blocks solar energy. The rovers go silent until the dust settles. A reminder that even quiet planets can roar. A man in India builds an entire rainforest with his own hands. Jadav Payeng has been planting trees for more than 40 years on a deserted island in the Brahmaputra River. Today, his forest is home to tigers, elephants, and hundreds of other species. A single human becoming a green lung for the world. A volcano in Tanzania spews black lava, a spectacle unique on the planet. Oldoinyo Lengai, known as Mountain of God, erupts liquid carbonatite that glows as it cools. Its lava flows at unusually low temperatures and hardens in seconds. A geological phenomenon as strange as it is mesmerizing. A scientist discovers bacteria living inside nuclear reactors. They withstand radiation that would destroy almost any other living thing. Their DNA repairs itself almost instantly, earning them the nickname Conan the Bacteria, a creature that redraws the limits of life under impossible conditions. A group of archaeologists in Egypt has found a mummy with a golden tongue. The discovery suggests funerary rituals meant to speak with the gods. Its body has remained intact for more than 2,000 years, an ancient treasure that still shines under the dust of time. In Canada, a lake changes color with the seasons. Its hues shift from turquoise blue to emerald green because minerals reflect sunlight. Tourists call it nature's ever-changing mirror, a liquid show that paints each season like a canvas. In the heart of the Atacama Desert in Chile, thousands of flowers bloom at once after years of drought. A multicolored blanket covers some of the driest sand on Earth. The event appears only when rain lines up with the germination cycle of long-sleeping seeds, a natural miracle that proves life always waits for its moment. A date that vibrates with mystery. On Friday, October 13, 1307, King Philip IV of France and Pope Clement IV launched an accusation against the Knights Templar, calling them heretics. Behind the trial was a colossal debt. The Templars held such vast wealth that it served kings to erase them from the map. Since then, every Friday the 13th is remembered as a cursed day, an echo like the First Order of 66 in history. In Denmark, turning 25 without marrying brings a very unusual bath, a shower of cinnamon. The custom dates back to the 15th century when single spice merchants were called cinnamon merchants. Today, friends tie the birthday person and cover them in aromatic clouds. If they stay single until 30, the spice changes to pepper, more spicy than romantic. A legendary casting opens the door to a future star. At only 16 years old, Jennifer Connelly dazzled director Jim Henson during the auditions for Labyrinth. Hundreds of hopefuls tried for the role, but her gaze, a mix of innocence and maturity, made her Sarah, the heroine of the Goblin world. That chance marked the start of a career that would keep shining for decades. A technological error sparks controversy. In 1998, Sony released a camcorder with infrared night vision. Under certain lighting, the device could see through thin fabrics and reveal more than it should. More than 700,000 units were already in circulation before the company saw the issue. Sony recalled the product, but curiosity had already left a mark. An inflatable house ready to go anywhere. The Akiglu looks like an igloo from another planet. roughly 11.5 feet tall, with a light frame and enough room for parties, face painting, or simple games. Color LEDs can turn it into a magical hideout. Best of all, it fits in a backpack. The worst part is, it costs more than $4,000. A perfect example of something you do not need but still want. A beekeeper in Turkey turns frustration into genius. Every night, bears raid his hives and steal the honey. Instead of chasing them away, he decides to learn from them. He offers trays with different honeys and watches their choices. The animals always pick the purest. He transforms the invaders into expert tasters, with no pay, no complaints, and no union. Elevators hide a psychological trick. Before the 1930s, people complained about how slow they felt. Engineers tried faster motors, but the problem was mental, not mechanical. They installed mirrors, and the weight seemed to vanish. People focused on their reflection, fixed their hair, and forgot their claustrophobia. A brilliant move without moving a single cable. A cosmic visitor challenges what we think we know about space. Comet TRI Atlas shows behavior that seems to defy physics. Odd internal light, unexplained spins, and brightness shifts that look almost controlled. Astronomers suspect it might not come from our solar system and could be older than the known planets. Its path will take it near the orbit of Mars in October 2025. Comet or spacecraft in disguise. The Fire Festival lights up Edinburgh every April 30th. Inherited from old Celtic rites, it marks the end of winter and the arrival of summer. On Calton Hill, figures painted and crowned in horns and flowers embody the May Queen and the Winter King. Together they light a great bonfire that signals the rebirth of the land and the harvest. Beneath the Amazon rainforest lies a hidden ocean. Researchers from the Federal University of Pará describe the Greater Amazon Aquifer System, known as SAGA. More than 386,000 square miles of fresh water lie underground, about 3/4 of it in Brazil. It likely holds on the order of 40 quadrillion gallons, enough to supply the planet for more than 2 centuries. The real treasure of Earth rests under our feet. In 1962, a single called Love Me Do took the first step toward a musical revolution. What seemed like a simple tune sparked Beatlemania. The Beatles changed not only the sound of a generation, but also fashion, culture, and the way live music was experienced. In the heart of the 1970s, David Bowie introduced Ziggy Stardust, an otherworldly being with an androgynous aesthetic who defied the norms of rock. His persona combined music, fashion, and performance, creating an unforgettable theatrical character. Ziggy became a symbol of artistic freedom and an inspiration for countless musicians who followed. In 1975, Bohemian Rhapsody broke all the rules of the musical format. Queen released a nearly 6-minute song that blended opera, rock, and drama into a single piece. Despite radio skepticism, the track conquered the world and became one of the most played anthems in history. During the 1980s, Michael Jackson dazzled with a move that seemed to defy gravity, the moonwalk. Debuted on television in 1983, his iconic movement became his trademark. Audiences were mesmerized, and pop dance was never the same again. The year 1999 marked the beginning of the digital age with Napster. The platform allowed for massive online music sharing, sparking a conflict with record labels. Although controversial, its impact paved the way for streaming and completely transformed how we listen to music. In 2000, Britney Spears released Oops, I Did It Again and broke sales records. At just 18 years old, the singer established herself as the princess of pop. Her style, a blend of innocence and energy, conquered the world and proved that youth music could also dominate global charts. The romantic revolution arrived in 2012 with Tinder. The app transformed dating into a swipe-based game where a photo and a bio determined the outcome. Criticized for turning love into entertainment, it also redefined the rules of modern dating. 5 years later, in 2017, a Stanford University study revealed a historic shift. Online dating became the most common way to meet a partner. For the first time, it surpassed traditional encounters through friends or family. Technology took on the role of modern-day Cupid. In 2019, Rihanna redefined lingerie fashion shows with Savage X Fenty. Models of all sizes, genders, and ethnicities graced the runway, leaving behind the traditional vision of Victoria's Secret and showing that inclusivity could be spectacular. In 2016, Beyoncé launched Ivy Park with Adidas, merging music, culture, and sport. The line propelled athleisure, a blend of sportswear and luxury streetwear, and became a global trend. Since 2018, genderless collections have blurred the lines between masculine and feminine. Brands like Telfar and Palomo Spain reflected cultural shifts and celebrated self-expression without gender boundaries. In 2001, Bjork stunned at the Oscars with her swan dress designed by Marjan Pehoski. Criticized at the time, it became a cultural icon and one of the most memorable red carpet choices. Juicy couture tracksuits dominated the early 2000s. Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, and other celebrities transformed the velvet ensembles into a symbol of relaxed glamour and unexpected comfort. In 2004, Sarah Jessica Parker immortalized Manolo Blahnik's shoes in Sex and the City. Manolo Blahnik's shoes went from a luxury accessory to a global object of desire, changing women's relationship with designer footwear. In 2012, Raf Simons debuted at Dior with a collection that blended modernity and tradition. His minimalist vision revitalized the French fashion house, earning praise for bringing a fresh perspective without losing its classic essence. In health, the 2020 discovery of new salivary glands, called tubal glands, located at the back of the nasopharynx, showed that basic anatomy still held secrets. Alexander McQueen's 1992 collection, Jack the Ripper Stalks His Victims, marked a turning point. His dark and theatrical designs heralded the arrival of a genius who would change fashion. In 2022, Balenciaga made waves by dressing Kim Kardashian completely covered at the Met Gala. The absence of her face sparked debate about anonymity, identity, and the redefinition of fashion in public. In 2011, Kate Middleton wore an Alexander McQueen dress at her royal wedding to Prince William. The garment became iconic and established Sarah Burton as the heir to McQueen's legacy. In 2023, Coperni surprised everyone by spraying a dress onto Bella Hadid in Paris. The garment materialized live, showcasing the fusion of science and fashion in a groundbreaking spectacle. Unexpected collaborations dominated recent fashion. From Crocs with Balenciaga to McDonald's with Cactus Plant Flea Market, surprise and humor set trends. Greta Gerwig became the first female director to gross over $1 billion at the box office. Barbie demonstrated the power of feminist narratives and the commercial viability of female directors at major releases. Ryan Reynolds distinguished himself not only as an actor, but also as a master of digital marketing after 2016. His humor and personal brand boosted films and companies like Aviation Gin and Mint Mobile, creating low-cost viral campaigns. Beyoncé revolutionized album releases in 2016 with Lemonade, a visual album exclusive to Tidal and HBO. This model, without prior promotion, forced the industry to rethink strategies in the streaming era. The Sea Shanty Challenge exploded in popularity in 2021, reviving classic sea shanties. This phenomenon showed how TikTok could make obscure genres go viral and build communities around the world. LeBron James transcended sports with Spring Hill Company in 2020, a media enterprise focused on diversity and inclusion, showing that elite athletes can be both moguls and activists. Discover the original sweet creations of Patos Pizzas, an inventive concept that reimagines classic pizza as dessert. These treats stand out for varied flavors and combos. The menu nods to famous sweets, hinting at ingredients like hazelnut cream, brownie pieces, or cookies. An innovative amphibious bus rolls through the streets and waterways of Paris, offering an extraordinary tour. This unique ride blends a city trip with a river cruise on the Seine. Its design, inspired by robust Duqueux military vehicles, lets it travel easily on land and water. Passengers can enjoy top monuments from unusual angles in great comfort. The Ashera is one of the rarest and most luxurious cat breeds in the world, known for its unusual looks and large size. It results from a special mix of a domestic cat, an African serval, and an Asian leopard cat. Its coat shows spots like a wild predator, giving it a distinct jungle style. The Cardrona Bra fence is a curious attraction in the scenic Cardrona Valley in Otago, New Zealand. In the late 1990s, travelers began leaving bras on a fence along Cardrona Valley Road. Over time, the number grew until the fence became a one-of-a-kind sight. Jimmy Hoffa was a key figure in the American labor movement, known for his influence and for ties to organized crime and politics. He disappeared after meeting two men linked to the mafia at a Detroit spot, a mystery still unsolved. For years, authorities searched and dug with no trace found. In 1982, the FBI declared him legally dead, but the riddle continues to spark debate. Elephants can recognize themselves in a mirror. This places them among the few species that show self-awareness. They have passed the mirror test, designed to measure self-recognition in living beings. Ostriches swallow small stones called gastroliths that help grind food. Since they lack teeth, these minerals collect in the gizzard, a strong, muscular part of the digestive system. There, the stones work like a natural mill, breaking down food efficiently. Aspen Crow is a contemporary sculptor known for innovative, conceptual three-dimensional work. His pieces fuse traditional methods with modern elements, using materials such as silicone, metal, and resin to create highly realistic forms. In Switzerland, some cinemas have taken comfort to a new level by replacing seats with beds. These rooms include comfy mattresses, pillows, and clean sheets, giving viewers a bedroom feel while watching a film on the big screen. Horses' hooves work like sturdy claws and wear down with constant ground contact. To protect them, people use horseshoes, pieces usually made of durable metal. These structures act like shields, guarding against impact and damage from rough or rocky terrain. Airbag jeans are innovative pants that use protection tech inspired by car airbags. They include smart sensors and built-in airbags in key zones like the hips and thighs. When a crash or sudden fall is detected, the airbags inflate to cushion impact and lower injury risk. The spitting cobra is a venomous snake known for ejecting venom from a distance as defense. Native to parts of Africa and Asia, these snakes have special glands that let them aim at the eyes of threats with high accuracy. The venom causes severe irritation and can lead to temporary vision loss. Marina Bay Sands is an iconic resort in Singapore, famous for bold, elegant architecture. It consists of three 57-story towers joined at the top by a ship-shaped structure called Sky Park. On this platform sits an infinity pool, among the highest in the world, with breathtaking views of the skyline. Lukas Ermler is a German slackliner, born in 1988 in Dachau. He earned international fame for exceptional balance and focus. He set several Guinness World Records with remarkable crossings on slacklines in demanding locations. One standout feat was walking across Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe on a slackline. The flying fish is a marine species known for very long pectoral fins that look like wings. With this adaptation, it can burst from the water and glide briefly above the surface to escape predators. These short flights give it a key survival edge in its habitat. The Guangzhou Circle is about 453 feet tall with 33 stories, and it stands out for its unique circular design. Inspired by the ancient Chinese symbol of the circle, the building merges modern materials like glass and steel on its facade, creating a striking visual effect. Ken Stornes is a daring adventurer from Norway who gained attention on social media for extreme feats. While he also shares the breathtaking natural views of his country, what truly captivates his audience are his stunts. especially high cliff jumps. The Paternoster elevator is an unusual vertical transport system that runs as a continuous loop of open, rotating cabins. Unlike traditional elevators, these platforms have no doors and let people step on or off while moving, enabling constant, uninterrupted flow. Elisane Silva is a model from Brazil recognized as one of the tallest women in fashion. Her exceptional height of 6 feet 9 inches began developing at age 11 due to a pituitary gland tumor that caused accelerated growth. At 15, after facing ridicule and discrimination, she chose to turn her difference into strength. In the Danish city of Odense, a charming tradition blends fun with local custom. In this unique festival, a flock of Toulouse geese parades down the main avenues to the beat of drums. An expert drummer guides the birds through the streets, captivating residents and visitors alike. Rendi Tatalede of Manado, Indonesia, is a barber with a rare artistic talent. After each haircut, he uses the fallen strands to create remarkably detailed portraits of celebrities and iconic figures. He composes these pieces right on the barbershop floor, turning ordinary scraps into fleeting works of art. Valais black-nosed sheep come from the mountainous Valais region of Switzerland and are famous for their distinctive and adorable look. Their abundant curly white wool contrasts with black patches on the face, ears, knees, legs, and muzzle. In Switzerland, the Nullstern Hotel offers a disruptive tourism concept that redefines where and how to stay. Its rooms have no walls or ceilings, letting guests sleep outdoors under the stars. With no physical barriers, visitors connect deeply with nature and enjoy a one-of-a-kind sensory experience. The Port Jackson shark lives on the seafloor along the coast of South Australia. This species is distinguished by a unique pattern: black bands like straps crossing its grayish skin, making it unmistakable among sharks. Modest in size compared to its relatives, this benthic shark cruises near the bottom, calmly exploring its surroundings. Jorge Chavez, a pivotal figure in Peruvian aviation, made history as the first aviator to fly over the Alps in 1910. Though his life ended tragically during landing, his bravery remains in the national memory. His feat elevated him to patriotic icon status and continues to inspire Peruvian pilots. Intempo in Benidorm, Spain, ranks among the tallest residential buildings in Europe, reaching about 663 feet with 47 floors. Its signature design features 2 parallel towers joined at the top by a golden diamond-shaped structure. The Four Corners in the United States is a unique point where the borders of 4 states meet: Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Colorado. An iconic monument marks the exact spot, and tourists can stand in all 4 states at once. Merhan Karimi Nasseri lived a unique story, remaining at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris for nearly 18 years. From 1988 to 2006, legal issues tied to his nationality kept him in the transit area. His exceptional situation inspired the film The Terminal. German bartender Philipp Traber amazed viewers with precision by preparing 17 drinks in a single act. With one steady hand, he filled 17 tall glasses with energy drink, while with the other he placed 17 shots of Jägermeister on top. Perfect timing let each shot drop into its glass at the same moment, a flawless spectacle. On the island of Siquijor in the Philippines, the majestic Cambugan-High waterfalls are renowned for intensely turquoise, crystal-clear water. The falls descend over 5 low terraces between roughly 7 and 13 feet high, framed by lush vegetation and natural rock formations. In Anchorage, Alaska, a curious moose caused a stir by calmly wandering into a hospital lobby. Attracted by the building's warmth and possibly the scent of some decorative plants, the animal walked through the automatic doors as if it were just another visitor. Tulum cheese is an exquisite specialty of Turkish culinary tradition, prized for both its distinctive flavor and its unique production method. This cheese is matured inside sacks made of goat skin, which not only preserves its properties but also gives it an unmistakable taste. Slightly spicy, intense, and with nuances that evolve over time. Anna Galkina, a young woman from Russia, has gained international notoriety under the nickname the Ice Princess. This unique title was given to her for her striking ability to submerge in icy waters and consume ice without showing discomfort. Her body seems to adapt naturally to extreme temperatures, defying the limits of cold that most could not endure. Hamad Fathi is a prominent Egyptian basketball player, known not only for his skills on the court but also for his height of 7 feet 6 inches, which places him among the tallest men on the planet. Julia Butterfly is a well-known American environmental activist, famous for her extraordinary act of peaceful resistance that lasted 738 days. For more than 2 years, she remained perched in the canopy of a towering California redwood, an ancient tree 150 feet tall and about 1,000 years old, with the goal of preventing the Pacific Lumber Company from cutting it down. The Suitun cenote near Valladolid on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico is a natural gem among cavern-type cenotes. It is distinguished by breathtaking scenic beauty, with a semi-enclosed cavern and an opening in the roof that lets sunlight illuminate the crystal-clear water, creating a mesmerizing play of light and shadow. Its transparent waters and serene atmosphere make it a favorite destination for visitors. In Colombia, there are truly unique constructions known as upside-down houses, surprising guests with the optical illusion of being completely inverted. These homes are designed and decorated so that every element, from furniture to appliances, appears to be placed upside down. Vika Bren is a talented Israeli artist who has earned international recognition for astonishing body painting in which she turns her own hand into optical illusions. Using her skin as a canvas, she creates images that play with perception and deceive the eye, transforming a simple limb into a surreal work of art. The green heron is an elegant, small heron found across the Americas in mangroves, riverbanks, swamps, and wetlands. Compact in size, it reaches a length of about 17 inches, making it one of the smallest herons on the continent. The Grand Lisboa Hotel is one of the most iconic skyscrapers in Macau, China, famous for its architectural design that evokes a lotus flower in full bloom. Its golden, curving structure rises above the cityscape, making it a visual landmark by day and night. Beer Terrier is a craft beverage from Mexico, created especially for dogs. Made with natural ingredients like malt, spirulina, flaxseed, wheat, and minimal hops, it is designed to offer a refreshing experience without compromising pets' health. Stefano Fiorina, an Italian artist from Turin, born in 1990, has made a name in contemporary art thanks to his original and unconventional approach. His work has attracted international attention for a unique technique, creating portraits on aluminum trays. With this unusual support, Fiorina imprints faces with a distinctive style that challenges traditional portraiture. The sucker squid is a fascinating species that inhabits the frigid waters of the Antarctic Ocean. It stands out for its imposing size, growing up to about 46 feet in length, which places it among the largest squid on the planet. Nike changed athletic footwear with Nike Go Fly Ease, the first sneakers designed to be put on and taken off hands-free. These innovative shoes use a system that adjusts with each step, adapting comfortably to the foot. They also open automatically for easy on and off, combining advanced technology with functional design. The Komondor is a dog breed from Hungary, known for work as a herding and guard dog. Its most striking feature is an abundant white or ivory coat of long, thick cords that hang down and resemble dreadlocks or the fibers of a traditional mop. Mr. Doodle is a visual creator known for turning almost any surface into a canvas filled with doodles and drawings. In 2013, he began sharing his art on Instagram, quickly gaining a large audience thanks to his distinctive and lively style. The giant Japanese crab is an impressive marine creature, recognized for a triangular-shaped carapace and exceptionally long legs that can reach several feet in length. This crustacean inhabits the dark depths of the Pacific Ocean near the Japanese coast, where conditions are cold and light is scarce. The kangaroo rat is a small rodent notable for powerful leaps that can reach about 6.5 feet. A member of the Heteromyidae family, it measures roughly 12 inches from head to tail. Although it weighs over 3.5 ounces, one of its most distinctive features is the dark tuft that adorns the tip of its tail. In 1825, the French naturalist Frédéric Cuvier first identified the red panda, a species he described as one of the most beautiful mammals. The red panda is an expert climber that spends much of its time resting in treetops, sleeping up to 13 hours a day to conserve energy in its habitat. The shrine of Imam Ali stands in the heart of Najaf, Iraq, as one of the most revered holy sites in the Islamic world. This temple, of immense religious and cultural significance, attracts thousands of pilgrims and visitors each year who come to experience its profound spirituality and the magnificence of its architecture. Borgund Church, in the village of the same name in Lærdal, Norway, is one of the country's most iconic and best-preserved wooden churches. Built in the late 11th century, this architectural gem bridges the pagan Viking past and the spread of Christianity in Scandinavia. The dwarf crocodile is the smallest member of the crocodile family, averaging about 5 feet in length. Despite its size, it is a remarkable reptile, perfectly adapted to swamps, slow rivers, and wooded areas of West and Central Africa, where it spends much of its time hidden among vegetation. Andrew Scott is an artist known for a unique style that turns conventional drawings into vivid, dimensional works. His technique uses shimmering effects and meticulous detail to create a three-dimensional illusion that seems to lift off the page. Marta Albareda is a Barcelona-based photographer and filmmaker who specializes in macro work, revealing the hidden beauty of insects and other tiny creatures in their natural habitats with extreme detail. Dawid Godziek is a Polish rider who has become a leading figure in BMX freestyle and mountain bike slopestyle. He is especially noted for innovation, including pioneering the quadruple tail whip on a mountain bike, a technical breakthrough for the sport. The pygmy seahorse is a tiny marine species reaching only about 0.8 inches in length. Despite its size, it blends perfectly with its surroundings, using exceptional camouflage among corals and sea plants. The turkey, also called the Mexican turkey, is native to North America and was one of the first animals domesticated by ancient Mesoamerican cultures. It has a robust body and plumage that can show an iridescent sheen that shifts with the light. Along some remote penguin coasts lives a rarity with a golden hue, often called the yellow or golden penguin. Its bright look comes from leucism, a genetic condition that reduces black pigment in the feathers, creating an uncommon golden color in these birds. Unlike albinism, the eyes keep normal coloration, so the bird appears healthy and vibrant. The Bajo Puebla tunnels are an extensive underground network in Mexico with origins in the 10th century. Hidden for centuries and recently rediscovered, they run for several miles beneath the city of Puebla, linking key sites such as religious temples and former military barracks. Fraser Island in Australia is the largest island in the world, made entirely of sand. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, it holds remarkable natural variety, including freshwater lagoons and dense jungle areas, and it is home to wild dingoes that roam freely. Salmon can power themselves backward using strong fins. This ability helps them swim upstream to their spawning grounds, where they complete their life cycle and ensure the species continues. Swimming backward also helps them overcome natural obstacles. Vultures can glide for long periods without flapping. By using rising warm air currents, they gain altitude and travel with minimal effort, conserving energy on long flights as they range far in search of food. Coffee waste can be very good for plants. The outer husk of the coffee bean is rich in nitrogen and potassium, elements that feed soil and support healthy root growth. Adding this material to a garden can noticeably improve plant vigor. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd has become the most streamed song in Spotify history, surpassing 4 billion plays. Its sound inspired by the 1980s and its driving rhythm pushed it to global fame. Iquitos, in the Peruvian Amazon, is the largest city in the world with no road access. You can reach it only by air or river, a unique situation that helps preserve its environmental and cultural character within a protected natural setting. Scotland is famous for a high concentration of people with red hair. About 13% of its population has this distinctive trait, the highest share of any country, linked to a hereditary mutation common in the region. Lake Jökulsárlón in southeast Iceland, formed as the vast Vatnajökull glacier, retreated. The lake is known for towering icebergs that calve and drift across its surface, and the surrounding landscape has hosted many film productions thanks to its striking beauty. Carlos Kaiser pulled off one of football's most unusual scams, building a career over 2 decades while rarely touching the ball. He feigned injuries, mingled with stars, and even used a toy phone to pretend calls from European clubs. Charisma opened doors, and imagination kept him inside without playing. In Norway's remote Hessdalen Valley, the sky holds a long-running mystery. Strange floating lights, sometimes orb-shaped, move in ways that seem to defy easy explanation. Researchers from many fields have studied the phenomenon, but a conclusive answer remains elusive. The black jaguar is a melanistic variant of the jaguar, native to Central and South America. Its dark coat comes from excess melanin, yet under certain light, you can still see the jaguar's classic rosette pattern beneath the black. The Selkirk Rex is a cat breed known for a distinctive curly coat that looks fluffy and soft. This trait comes from a natural genetic mutation that changes hair texture. The coat may be short or long, but it always keeps that plush, wavy look. In India, one striking and visually intense sight is trains so crowded that some people ride outside the cars, on the roofs, or clinging to the sides. It is common among students and workers traveling home during holiday seasons. The leaf frog is an amphibian with exceptional camouflage. Its body mimics a fallen leaf in shape and color, letting it blend into the forest floor of Southeast Asian rainforests. This disguise offers vital protection from predators and helps it remain unseen on the ground. Colugas are amazing mammals with a very special feature: a thin membrane of skin that connects their legs to their bodies, letting them glide between trees with great skill. These nocturnal animals feed mainly on leaves and fruits found in the forest canopy. Fabián Marcel Gady Marrera is a talented Chilean artist living in Spain, known for his original way of working with oil paints, applying the paint only with his fingers. Avoiding conventional tools like brushes, Fabián creates his pieces live and shares the magic of his creative process in real time. The white cobra, often called the albino cobra, is a fascinating genetic variation of the common cobra, distinguished by its unusual white or cream color. This look comes from a mutation that removes pigments in the skin, giving it an almost ethereal appearance that clearly sets it apart from brown or black counterparts. The Mary Cemetery of Sapanta in Romania is a truly unique place that challenges the usual idea of burial grounds. Unlike traditional somber cemeteries, this site stands out for a vibrant, cheerful style. Its tombstones are carved from wood and painted in bold colors, mostly turquoise, and decorated with humorous drawings that show episodes from life. The leaf cricket is a fascinating insect in the order Orthoptera, famous for an extraordinary ability to blend into its surroundings. Its body looks amazingly like a green leaf, letting it go unnoticed by predators thanks to near-perfect camouflage. In the heart of the Tengger Desert in China rises the striking Desert Star Hotel, a structure that seems taken from science fiction. Its design is inspired by the geometric shape of a 5-pointed star, giving it a unique, futuristic look that contrasts with the dry, vast landscape around it. The so-called fire fox is one of the rarest variants of the red fox, marked by a rare mutation linked to melatonin that gives it a bright, striking reddish coat. This trait makes it one of the most unique animals on the planet. Beyond its distinctive look, these foxes are known for remarkable intelligence and agility. Claudio Piccoli is a noted Italian photographer who specializes in capturing the energy and vitality of dogs in motion. His internationally recognized work has earned many awards that reflect his ability to capture moments full of dynamism and emotion. The launch of the James Webb Space Telescope in 2021 revealed galaxies so old they may rewrite what we thought we knew about the universe. What we see through it could be light that left its source more than 13 billion years ago. In 2022, a robot named Ameca shocked people by reacting with real-looking surprise when someone leaned in too close. The unsettling part was not the code. It was the almost human facial expression. Clips of that strange smile went viral. In this video, we introduce you to Corleo, the most advanced robotic horse on the planet, an all-terrain companion, autonomous, intelligent, and able to follow you with no reins. Forget noisy cars. Corleo moves quietly, reads the ground, carries your load, and walks like it has a soul of its own. Meanwhile, in the animal kingdom, Adam, the octopus at the Coburg Aquarium in Germany, went viral for his obsession with turning off the tank lights. Every night he climbed up, unscrewed the light, and tossed it to the floor. Scientists still do not know how he understood the electrical mechanism. In 2020, a group of archaeologists in Egypt discovered a mummification workshop more than 2,500 years old. Among the jars, they found oil residues from Southeast Asian trees. No one could explain how these resins traveled thousands of miles before the era of long-range ships. Speaking of strange journeys, Sophia the robot, built by Hanson Robotics, became the first android with citizenship in 2017. Saudi Arabia gave her an official passport, sparking debates about whether machines can have rights. In the celebrity world, actor Nicolas Cage said in a 2021 interview that he bought an octopus for $1,500,000 to learn about human introspection. He claimed the animal helped him prepare for roles by watching its stealthy behavior. Elephants also show hard-to-believe behavior. A group was said to have walked 12 hours to attend the funeral of the man who had cared for them in Kenya. They stood silently around the coffin and then left, as if they understood the farewell. In 2003, an accident at a NASA lab changed spaceflight. A single poorly sealed drop of liquid hydrogen caused an explosion that led to a full redesign of fuel tanks for future missions. Thanks to that work, SpaceX's Falcon 9 could launch safely years later. Mukbang, where people live stream while eating huge amounts of food, became a trend in South Korea. It started in 2010 as a way to fight loneliness. And today, some streamers earn more than $1,000,000 per session. In 2023, a Japanese robot named Alter 3 was programmed to conduct a symphony orchestra. During the concert, it began adding pauses and gestures that were not in the code. Engineers said its algorithm learned artistic patterns on its own. A discovery that changed archaeology came in 1991, when the frozen body of Ötzi the Iceman was found. He had an arrow wound, therapeutic tattoos, and a pouch of medicinal herbs. Studying him revealed how people fought disease 5,000 years ago. Some animals surpass fiction. In Indonesia, dolphins in Bali Bay were seen teaching humans to fish. They herded fish into nets and shared the catch. A striking case of interspecies cooperation. A lab mistake changed modern medicine. In 1928, Alexander Fleming left a contaminated culture plate and discovered penicillin. That accident saved millions of lives in the decades that followed. In 1985, nuclear engineer Galen Winsor became famous for challenging fears about radiation by swimming in pools with nuclear fuel, drinking the water, and even eating uranium. He argued the risks were exaggerated and political. Science still shows that radiation exposure can cause serious harm. Although Winsor lived to 82, among puzzling animal skills is the archerfish, which shoots jets of water to knock insects off branches several feet away. It corrects for refraction at the water's surface, a calculation many humans do not make easily. In 2015, actor Keanu Reeves donated more than $70 million from his Matrix pay to makeup and special effects teams. He said they were the real heroes. The gesture made him a legend off-screen. Some modern customs feel like science fiction. In Japan, ceremonies have joined humans with virtual characters. In 2018, Akihiko Kondo married the digital singer Hatsune Miku. The event was legally symbolic, but he says she changed his life. Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot showed eye-opening parkour in 2021. It leaped walls, flipped in the air, and balanced with precision after years of reinforcement learning, much like a human athlete. In 2020, Pompeii yielded a surprise. Archaeologists found a street vendor's body with his cart intact, painted with ducks and dogs. The find showed how food stalls worked almost 2,000 years ago. In nature, some creatures seem to break biology's rules. Jonathan the tortoise on St. Helena is over 190 years old and still active. He was born before the light bulb, and his life challenges aging models. Speaking of longevity, in 2019, a robot named Pepper worked as a hotel receptionist in Japan. It was so friendly that many guests greeted it like a person. Some even left a tip. An accident reshaped entertainment history in 1994 when a fire destroyed thousands of Universal Studios master tapes. Years later, it emerged that recordings by artists like Chuck Berry and Aretha Franklin were lost. In 2018, archaeologists in Turkey found a Roman mosaic reading, "Enjoy your life, because you will be gone sooner than you think." A skeleton holding a wine jug showed that dark humor existed more than 1,700 years ago. Celebrities also surprised the internet. In 2020, Elon Musk and Grimes named their son XA12. People struggled to pronounce it until Musk said it was XA12. The name mixed AI, aeronautics, and art. Crows showed intelligence close to a 6-year-old's level. In 2022, they planned future actions to get food, a skill once thought uniquely human. An art mistake went viral in 2012 when an elderly woman tried to restore the Ecce Homo fresco and created the famous monkey face. Tourists flooded the town of Borja to see it. In 2017, archaeologists mapped an entire hidden city under the Guatemalan jungle using laser scanning. It was Mayan, with roads, pyramids, and canals that had been invisible to the eye. One unexpected animal interaction came from Canada, where a polar bear was filmed gently touching a sled dog as if they were friends. Experts still debate whether it was curiosity, play, or a rare social moment between predator and prey. Today, some traditions feel otherworldly. In Iceland, every Christmas, the Yule Cat Parade features people dressed as giant cats to scare those who did not get new clothes. It is strange and fun. In 2023, MIT scientists presented Moxie, a nursing robot that could anticipate patient needs by reading expressions. Some said it knew when someone was sad before they spoke. In 2024, Neuralink enabled a paralyzed person to move a cursor with thought. A brain implant translated neural signals into digital actions and opened a new path for brain-computer communication. In 2019, a simple social experiment in New York went viral. A wallet with cash and ID was left on the street to test honesty. About 87% of people returned it intact, showing urban empathy still exists. In 2022, Australian scientists described a spider that can surf on water by riding vibrations. It was nicknamed Dolomites Brian Greene, after the physicist who studies waves in the universe. That same year, a humanoid robot named Digit delivered packages to 10 different homes with no human help. Amazon said it could serve areas where drones cannot fly. Regarding biotechnology, in 2021, a team from the University of Pittsburgh developed touch-sensitive synthetic skin. The shocking part was that it could feel pain when pricked, an innovation meant to help robots recognize danger the way humans do. In 2016, one of the most iconic video game scenes happened in Uncharted 4, when Nathan Drake plays Crash Bandicoot inside the game itself. That nostalgic moment went viral as a tribute to PlayStation history. In that same decade, scientist Catalin Carico changed medicine by helping develop messenger RNA technology, the base for pandemic vaccines. Her work was ignored for 20 years, then saved millions of lives and earned her the Nobel Prize in 2023. In 2019, a chameleon only about 13 millimeters long was found in Madagascar. That is roughly half an inch, making it the smallest reptile known. Its size is so tiny that an adult can stand on the tip of a pencil like a baby version of itself. In modern cinema, Avengers Endgame delivered a historic moment when the heroes gather after the line "Avengers assemble." Chris Evans recorded that line more than 80 times, searching for the version that would hit the audience the hardest. Recent records have also been unbelievable. In 2021, Kenyan runner Perez Jepchirchir broke the women's half-marathon world record in just 1 hour and 5 minutes. Her breathing was so steady that scientists studied it as a model of lung efficiency. An accident that changed engineering happened in 1903, when a Wright brothers test flight crashed. That failure led to a redesign of the wings and helped make the first controlled flight possible only days later. In 2016, Game of Thrones marked television with Battle of the Bastards. The massive battle scene with thousands of extras and practical effects took 25 days to film and almost left actor Kit Harington gasping for air. The panic you see on screen was real. In video games, The Last of Us Part 2 includes a scene where a character gently sings "Take On Me" by Aha on guitar. That moment was not in the script. Actress Ashley Johnson suggested it, and it became one of the most emotional scenes in the game. In 2023, an experiment in London tested an antibiotic created by artificial intelligence. By scanning millions of molecules, the system found a compound that could kill resistant bacteria. It was named Halicina, in honor of HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. The record for the tallest building is still held by the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, but in 2024, construction began on the Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia. It is planned to rise higher than 1 kilometer, more than 3,280 feet, with a magnetic elevator system that floats between floors. A disaster that changed space travel happened in 1967 when Apollo 1 caught fire on the launch pad. That tragedy forced a full redesign of the spacecraft and made it possible for Apollo 11 to land on the moon 2 years later. In 2021, a glow-in-the-dark shark species was documented off New Zealand. Called Dalatius lecha, it can light up its own body to hide from predators. The glow is controlled by signals in its nervous system. That same year, scientists managed to partially reverse aging in mice using gene therapy. The animals recovered vision and muscle strength, raising the idea that one day humans could receive similar treatments. In 2020, the Mannequin Challenge united millions of people standing perfectly still while someone filmed the scene. Even NASA joined in, recording a version in zero gravity that became one of the most watched clips in internet history. In 2024, Japanese researchers created self-repairing glass. When it breaks, pressing the edges together makes the fracture seal thanks to a polymer called polyether thiourea. This could prevent millions of tons of glass waste every year. In 2018, one of the most unexpected music pairings happened when Metallica and Lady Gaga performed together at the Grammy Awards. Many people expected chaos. Instead, it exploded on stage and became a global trend for weeks. Among visionary minds, Nikola Tesla showed a radio-controlled boat in 1898. The public thought it was magic, but in reality, it was the first true wireless remote control, the ancestor of modern drones. Finland remains a global reference in education. Since 2015, Schools there have replaced classic subjects with global themes. Students learn math, art, and history through real-world projects, which has boosted creativity and performance. Tell us in the comments which of these facts surprised you the most. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share for more fun facts.